I'm here with Alan Wancier of Mineros. Mineros has been a long-time sponsor of Colombia Gold Summit. We're here at CGS 2024. You just gave a really interesting presentation talking about Mineros. Mineros is a mining company. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are based right here in Medellin, right?
Yes, our headquarters are in Medellin. Yep.
Yeah, but you're on the TSX?
Yes, also.
Great. And so you guys have an interesting model, because a lot of the mines, the precious metals mines that I've seen here in Colombia are your traditional kind of deep tunnel mines, but you guys have diverse operations. You guys have here in the north of Antioquia an interesting alluvial mining operation, if you can touch a little bit on that.
Yeah, so we have an alluvial operation in El Bagre, Antioquia. It's called the Nechí mine. We have roughly 5 bucket dredges and 9 suction dredges and another couple of Brazilian dredges. We mine the bank of the river, not the river per se.
Okay.
In a closed pond. We create a closed pond. Water doesn't mix with the river water, and our deposit is between 15 meters and 30 meters deep. We dredge the deposit. We do the beneficiation within the bucket dredges, inside the bucket dredges, and all gold is separated just by water and gravity.
So that's another thing I was going to ask you, because a lot of traditional mining operations need either cyanide or mercury, but you guys have a process that you use, I think a gravity-based process that's a lot more environmentally friendly.
Yes, we only use water and gravity, no chemicals, and the electricity for the dredges comes from our own hydroelectric plants. So we have a very, let's say, green gold.
Okay.
Our gold is very, very sustainable. And as we move upwards in the deposit or downstream the river, we close the mine. We put a layer of soil, we plant again, and grass and forests grow again.
So very environmentally responsible.
Yes, very environmentally responsible.
Now that area of Colombia has also been considered, has suffered from underinvestment and a lack of attention from the authorities. You also mentioned some of the things, you talked about the environmental responsibility that you guys have, but you also have some social programs and ways that you interact with the local economy up there, right?
Yes, we invest a lot in the local economy. We have a bee plantation. We have also one of the biggest rubber plantations in the country. We also have some small projects growing fish. And we also invest a lot in infrastructure.
Okay.
We invest a lot in the education. We have built bridges. We have built roads, and we invest a lot in the community. And the community, we are very, very close to the community, and the community is very close to us for that reason.
I see, and that's good. I know that you guys have been a good citizen. I followed you all for some time being here in Colombia, and I think one of the things also that you talked about, our audience is made up of a lot of institutional investors, and it sounds like your shares are kind of trading at a bargain or at a discount right now.
Yes, our shares compared to our peers are very cheap. This is because maybe several reasons. Probably the major reason is that we've been public in Colombia for 50 years, since 1980s, give or take. But Colombia is a very illiquid market, and we are the only gold mining company in the exchange. So investors do not know how to value us in Colombia.
Right.
That's why we did an IPO in Canada in 2021, with the idea that more people are going to know us, and the idea for us to be better valued and to be able to do more businesses with other mining companies. In Canada, we started with a small float, only $25 million in the IPO, but we've slowly been moving shares, or investors have been moving shares from Colombia to Canada, and as more shares are moved in Canada, we get more liquidity in Canada and a better share price. As an example, last year, in Canada, we were traded at 20,000 shares per day on average.
Okay.
Today, we're trading 80,000 shares per average.
Okay.
So we have quadrupled the liquidity in Canada. And our strategy is to keep increasing that liquidity to maybe get a better rate or to get a re-rate in the future. Our stock has almost tripled since 9 months ago, a year ago.
Wow.
For various reasons, primarily because we have a new majority shareholder.
Okay.
So those changes in shareholders have made a positive impact in the Canadian and the Colombian market. Also, of course, price of gold has increased. That helps all gold mining companies. We have had very good results, and we hope to continue to have good results in the future. And we also have had a bigger exposure to investors. We are going to every conference we can go, and we are getting our name outside.
I see that, and that's important. You guys, I think that when you bring in a majority shareholder, that's a vote of confidence from the institutional capital markets. And it's also, I think, important to point out that you guys are no startup. I think you guys are celebrating like your 50th anniversary.
We celebrated our 50th anniversary about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Yes, we're no startup, and we produce cash. We're one of the few companies that actually makes cash and pays a dividend, and we pay a hefty dividend. Our current dividend yield is at 10%, and we have paid dividends for decades. We are probably an aristocrat dividend payer, probably compared to Agnico in terms of amount of years paying dividend consistently.
That's really unusual, because a lot of the mining companies we see here in Colombia, not all of them, but a lot of them are early stage, still exploratory, juniors, things like that. But you guys are an established operation with a track record, and so I think that your move to TSX, your continued growth, and your responsibility as a company means that more investors is going to be inevitable. I think that they are aware of you. So thanks again for your time. Great presentation, and I think that people, mineros.com.co is how people can find about it. And what's the TSX symbol again?
MSA.
MSA.
MSA in the TSX.
Worth keeping a look. I'm going to add that to my watch list, if not more. So thanks a lot.
Thanks.